big show first, yodeling, that's awesome. And as always, people always do it well. Whatever kind of crazy shit they do, they always do it really well. So our next guest tonight is somebody who's had a big impact on my life, and I kind of hate to get serious here for a minute, but this guy has been on an amazing journey, and I just think that we're super lucky to have him here tonight. Welcome, Jack Smith.
Here tonight. Give yourselves a big hand for coming out. You've taken a brave journey to become an unbeatable person. I'm Jack Smith, and I'm here to guide you on your next step to building a better you. You can be an unbeatable person. Correction. You are an unbeatable person. Each and every one of you in this room tonight should be able to go home and look in the mirror and say, yup, I'm an unbeatable person. Will, are you an unbeatable person? Yeah. Aaron, are you an unbeatable person? Yeah. In the back row, are you unbeatable people? Everybody together. Are you an unbeatable person? Yeah. Are you an unbeatable person? Yeah. But I don't think that each and every one of you is actually already 100% sure that you can look yourself in the mirror and say, yup, I'm an unbeatable person. Why not? Why can't you do this? What's holding you back? I'm sure you're telling yourselves a lot of things, a lot of reasons, but in my experience, there's one main reason why you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, yup, you're an unbeatable person. And that's because you're a pussy. That's my first piece of advice for you. Don't be a pussy. That's a person underselling sexy you. That's right. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there underselling them sexy selves right now. It's a problem. I was talking to Kelly before the show, and she said, you know, Jack, sometimes my life feels like an old, uncomfortable couch, and I just can't get rid of it. I'm going to say to you what I said to her earlier. Get rid of it, Kelly! Get on Craigslist! Get a couple of guys over and get out of that! Get on Craigslist, get another one, get it in there! I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying to yourselves, sure, it's easy to say, but Jack, it's hard to build a better you. Sure it is. That's precisely why you have to do it. That's my first principle. No matter what you've accomplished or how happy you feel you should be, until you're doing something that's hard for you, you're going to be unsatisfied. Think about it. I mean, really think about it. It's bound to be hard to be an unbeatable person, of course. I mean, anybody can achieve stuff if they put the bar low enough. A philosopher once said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. I'd go further, and I'd say, if it doesn't almost kill you, it definitely will not make you stronger. Am I right? That's right. I think some of you, though, maybe still have your doubts. So let me tell you a story about failure. I knew a guy, he wanted to be a writer. It was his dream. And he was good at it. It was easy for him. He wrote all the time, all kinds of stuff. Short stories, novels, plays, movie scripts. It was super easy and he cranked it all the time. It just flew off his fingers. But he was unsatisfied. Naturally, he wanted people to appreciate his work. He wanted to have it published or produced. So he went out looking for a publisher, or an agent, or a manager, or somebody to get his work out there. And that was hard. He'd never done anything like that before. He tried for a little while, then he gave up. He tried to go back to writing, and it was as easy as it ever was. But it was even more unsatisfying than it ever had been. So he stopped doing that too. Just gave it up. Because something was too hard. He gave up his childhood dream, his lifelong dream. Now, in a lot of ways, this guy was a successful person. He had a good job, a nice house, a beautiful, loving wife, smart, healthy, well-behaved children, a good life, an enviable life. But was he happy? Was he satisfied? Not in the slightest. After a while, he began to resent life. He began to say to himself, the world is stopping me from getting where I want to go. And as time passed, that thought grew stronger, and he felt worse and worse. Maybe you've guessed that that guy was me. And so you're saying to yourself, okay, Jack, that's terrible, but how'd you get here? Up there, able to look at yourself in the mirror and go, yep, you're an unbeatable person, Jack Smith. Well, it was hard. Of course it was hard. But it started off with something very, very simple. One morning, I woke up and I said to myself, the world is not stopping you from getting where you want to go. The world is what you have to go through to get anywhere. If there's any stopping, it's you doing it to yourself. That's right. You know it. It's the truth. It's a hard truth, but it's the truth. And I realized right away, that was good advice for anybody, not just for me. And so I wrote it down. And as I looked at the words on the screen, I had another realization, a life-changing realization. I realized that I should write a self-help book. Correction. That I had to write a self-help book, if only to help myself. And so I did. And it was hard. You bet it was hard. I'd never written anything like that before. I'd never known how to motivate and help the self-helpless. But I kept it up. And it was satisfying precisely because it was hard. For the first time, I really felt like I was writing. And I finished it. That's right. You're feeling it now. See? The doubters out there are coming around. It always happens that way. You hear this and you know it feels right. I finished that book. I found a publisher, and they turned it into this. And now, every morning, I can get up and I can pick up my book and I can look at myself and I can say, yep, you're an unbeatable person. Jack Smith, you are an unbeatable person. And that brings me to my second principle. Grass grows because it has to. You can only grow if you want to. Now, the first step in wanting to is the willingness. You have to have the willingness. Now, you're all here tonight, and so you're willing. You're clearly willing. I won't dwell on that. The second part of wanting to grow as a human being, not as grass, not as a plant, is angst. You have to have it. You have to have that. This sucks. This fucking unsatisfying life, it sucks. Necessity. There has to be some burning need to get past that angst. Willingness is not enough. Angst is enough. It needs to be part of you. And finally, tension. There has to be a tension between who you are now, the unsatisfying you, And that unbeatable person that you know is inside of you, that's there. You want to, you have to, you need to look in the mirror and say, yup, you're an unbeatable person. You have to have that. Now, I know it's all very convincing. And you're saying, sure, Jack, sounds great, but it's all a little vague, a little abstract. What concretely can I do in my daily life to become the unbeatable person that I am? To join you in that completed journey to building a better you by saying, yup, you're an unbeatable person? Well, I developed a 3-step program. The first step is touch yourself. Now, I get a lot of that, and you think, touch yourself? No. I mean, touch your physical body. You have to know that you're alive. How many of you know you're alive in this body? Yeah, it sounds right. Touch yourself. Do it. Get in there. You gotta know that this is all there is. There's nothing else but this body and you. Hate yourself. Not for long, but just for long enough to find those things that you gotta get rid of. There's stuff to hate about you or you wouldn't be here tonight. Get in there and hate it, loathe it, despise it. And then next, run around. Just run around. Just do it. Just run around. Not for exercise, not to get in shape, just to feel yourself moving forward. Your body moving forward. Run. Just do it. It feels so good. I do it all the time. Like that. And then you got to expect more. And by this point, you'll have no trouble. You're running. You know it. Raise that bar. Get it up there. And then finally, enter your life. Walk in and say, yup, I'm an unbeatable person. That's all you gotta do. You're already almost all the way there. Let's work on it. Are you an unbeatable person? Yeah! One more time. Are you an unbeatable person?